I hope everybody's doing alright. Today I'm going to bring you a Vinyasa Yin class, which is a little bit longer than some of the other classes that I have on here. Sometimes it's really good to focus on a longer yoga class when we have all this stress going on around, and sometimes you can come out of the class feeling a lot better for the rest of the day. So let's get started. Swing your legs around. We're going to do a couple of long deep breaths in child's pose. So toes, big toes together, knees as wide as your mat, coming forward. Remember, you can place a cushion underneath your sit bones, and you can place a cushion underneath your forehead if you need to. So just relaxing your shoulders down your back. You can bring your hands into prayer position if you find it relaxes your shoulders a little bit more. So breathing right in through your lower back, through the back of your ribs, into your shoulders. Pause at the top. Then exhale all the air out, right out of your lower belly as well. Repeat this a couple more times. And really relax the front of your body into the mat. Let all the thoughts just float away. Just concentrate on your breathing. One last long deep breath. Pause. Hold it here. Set your intention for the practice. And release. Extend your arms out in front of you, pushing up, and keep your hands out a little bit in front of your shoulders, coming to working into your hips. So just move your body around in a circle, one way and then the other. Just really loosening up your whole body, your hips, your shoulders, your lower back. And just get into all the parts of the body that feel like they're a little bit stiff in the lower half. And just however you feel that you want to move, you might just want to come forward and back. Just really warming up your body. And breathing in and breathing out. You might just want to sit back on your heels and just sway side to side. Find this is quite good for working into your lower back and your hips. And then when you're ready, coming up into tabletop, hands underneath your shoulders, knees underneath your hips. Extend your right arm up towards the ceiling. And then we're going to thread the needle, thread that arm through. Place your shoulder on the mat and place your right ear on the mat. And you can extend your left arm out along the mat if you prefer to, or you can just keep it in beside your head there. This is a very good upper back stretch, reaching into the parts that we often can't get into to work. When you're ready, pressing into that left hand, extend your right arm up, place it on the mat underneath your shoulder, lifting up your left arm, thread it through, bringing that shoulder down towards the mat. Make sure that your hips are over your knees. Extend that arm if you want to. Hold it here. Try and get that left ear on the mat. And when you're ready, pressing into the right arm, hand lifting up, and place your left hand underneath your shoulders. We're going to come into cat-cow now, so breathing in and breathing out. Rounding your back, chest coming forward, breathing in, drop your belly, round your back, tailbone heading towards the backs of your knees, chin to chest, really arch that back. And again, breathing in and breathing out. Couple more. Last one. Curl your toes under. Lift your hips up towards the ceiling or the sky. Press your fingers into the mat, index finger and pinky finger really pressing into the mat. And then slowly pedal through your feet. Really working into those legs. Get those hamstrings warmed up. And you can swing your hips a little bit side to side if you feel like you'd like to. And then up on your toes as high as you can, tippy toes. Slowly lower your heels towards the mat as much as you can. Hold it here. Deep breath. And then extending your right leg up towards the ceiling. Stack your hips, bend your knee, cross your body there. Hold it. And then bring your right leg between your hands into low lunge. And hold it here. Deep breath in. And place your left hand beside your foot. Extend your right arm up towards the ceiling in a nice side stretch, side twist. And bring it down. Place it down on the mat. Turn your back foot out. Place your heel on the mat. Pressing through your feet, coming up into Warrior Two. Really strong position here. Extending your right arm forward, left arm back. Pulling up through the middle of your body, lifting up off your hips, but still pressing down into your feet, into the mat. So light on the top and really strong in your legs. Then straightening your right leg, bringing your arms up by your ears, shoulders relax down. And out. Breathing in and breathing out. Breathing in and breathing out. Breathing in and breathing out. This time when you come up, turn the toes of your right foot towards the long edge of your mat. Take your arms out to the side, bring them onto your hips, slowly hinge forward from your lower back, straight legs coming forward as far as you can, and then just relax down towards the mat, just wherever you get to, and just relax your arms and hands either on the mat, or you can actually hold your elbows if you're up a little bit higher. And a couple of deep breaths here. And then coming up into flat back, holding on to your hips again. Then relax down. Bending your knees, turning your right foot out along the mat again, coming into Warrior Two. Hold it here. Don't forget to breathe. In and out through the nose. Nice and light through the top of the body. Length of spine. Shoulders gliding down, out along towards your fingertips. And then bringing your arms up and over either side of the front foot into lunge position. Press into your hands back into downward facing dog. And when you're ready, lift your left leg up. Stack the hips, bend the knee. Stepping forward into low lunge. Hold it here. And when you're ready, turn your right foot out, place the heel on the mat, coming into Warrior Two. Looking straight out over your front arm, your shoulders and your hips should be facing to the side. So it's a little bit different to Warrior One, where you've got your shoulders and your hips facing the front of the mat. The Warrior Two is a very open position. And when you're ready, bring your arms up, breathing in and breathing out. Breathing in and out. In and out. Really press down into that front leg. Should be starting to feel the thigh burning a little bit. And hold it here for a moment. Both arms up. Turning your left toes into the long edge of the mat. And bring your arms out. Place them on your hips and slowly come forward as far as you can, and then relax the rest of the way. Very good for your hamstrings and your lower back. If you find it a little bit too intense, you can slightly bend your knees. Then coming into flat back, hands onto your hips. Stretch that neck right out towards the other wall. Then relax back down again. Bending your knees. Taking the toes of the right leg towards the front edge of the mat, coming up into Warrior Two again. Hold it here. Long deep breath. And then bringing your arm over, both hands either side of the front foot, pressing back. Press your hands into the mat, back into downward facing dog. And hold it here. Lifting your hips up, gently pulling your belly in towards your spine. Hold it here. And then we're going to walk towards the front of the mat. Hold on to either elbows into ragdoll, and then just bend each leg alternately in your own time. Relax your head in between your arms. And then breathing in and breathing out. Feet width apart and breathing in. And bend your knees, coming forward over your legs. Hands onto the mat if you can, or onto your shins. And then bending, breathing in. And breathing out. This time, breathe in. Keep your arms up here, make sure they're right beside your ears. You're going to send your tailbone down towards your mat, behind your heels. Pretend you've got like a basketball in between your thighs here that you're squeezing in towards the middle of your body. And pulling up in the top half, pressing out through the back of your heels down towards the mat. Hold it here, and if you feel like you could go a little bit lower, do so. So this is chair pose. Hold it here. Relaxing your toes on the mat. And then breathing in and breathing out. Breathing in and breathing out. And breathing in. Hold your arms up here into chair pose again. Coming down. See whether you can go a little bit further this time. Long length of spine. Stretching out through your sit bones out towards the back of the mat. Hold it here. You might be shaking a little bit. That's all good. It just means your body's working really well. And then when you're ready, just relax. Lift your heels off. Come to sitting on your mat. Toes pointed, knees together. And coming into boat pose. Just really good for your abdominal muscles here. Long straight back. If you'd like to, you can extend your arms up and your legs out, or you can just stay here. And then when you're ready, relax them down. Just take a long deep breath. And we're going to come into the yin part of the practice. So we all know that yin is about finding your edge and holding it and keeping still for a few minutes. Let's come into the first yin posture. So just find your comfortable spot. You might find that having your heels closer to your body is better, or you might find having them a little bit further out from your body is more comfortable for you. If you have them closer in towards your body, you're working more into your hips, and if you have them a little bit further out, you're working more into your inner thighs. So when you're ready, deep breath in, and I'm just holding around my toes here with I've got no props, but you might like to have a prop if you've got any handy, just to put underneath your forehead when you come forward. So deep breath in, and deep breath out. I'm going to stay here for about a minute. And then when you're ready, use your hands to come out of the posture very gently. Just extend your legs out into a straddle pose. So sitting up nice and tall on your sit bones, lifting up off your hips, and you might want to place some cushions underneath your knees, and just relax your feet and your muscles in your legs. We're going to come forward as far as you can, and if you do need to have any support underneath your forehead, just go ahead and get your blocks or your cushions. So coming forward just to wherever you feel is relaxed for you. And don't forget to keep breathing long deep breaths, because it helps you stay in the position and helps you relax more into the pose. And when you're ready, pressing into your hands wherever you're seated, and come slowly back, very gently. And then cross your legs over into easy pose. You might want to sit up on a cushion or a bolster for this one. Just sitting up nice and tall. If you feel comfortable sitting in this position, it is a little bit better if you don't use a cushion, but if you feel a little bit hard to sit here, you might need a cushion. Coming into twist, so take your right hand behind you, take your left hand across onto that knee, sitting up as tall as you can, and you should be able to feel it through your waist and pulling up nice and tall so you're really straightening out the upper back. We're going to hold this here for a minute. And if you can, don't pull on that front knee, just have it very gently resting. And you stretch your legs out in front of you, and you're going to change over and put the other leg in the front. So it might feel a bit odd because sometimes we always go for the leg that feels most comfortable and more natural in front. So sitting up as tall as you can up on your sit bones, and take your right hand across to your left knee and take your left hand back behind you, sitting up as tall as you can. Deep breath in and deep breath out. Come out of position, stretch your legs out, bang them out a little bit, come into lying on your mat, so swing your legs around, get yourself comfortable on the mat. Coming into happy baby, so take the outsides of your feet, so you have your arms on the inside of your legs, and bring your knees back towards you as much as you can, trying to keep your tailbone along the mat. And you can move about a little bit till you get yourself into a comfortable position. And have your soles of your feet facing up to the ceiling if you can. And let's just stay here for a minute. In towards your chest, give them a little bit of a hug. You can circle your hips around a little bit. And then extend your left leg out. Bring your right leg across your body and extend your right arm out to the side. So try and keep both shoulders on the mat and bring that leg across as much as you can to get a really nice. Either you're working into everybody's body is different, so you're either going to feel it in your lower back or you're going to feel it maybe in your upper back or in your side body. And just stay here for a minute. And then when you're ready, slowly come back, hug your knee into your chest, and then release it along the mat. Bringing in your left leg, hug it in towards your chest. Bring it across your body with your right arm, right hand. Extend your left arm out along the mat. Keep both shoulders on the mat if you can. Just keeping your gaze up towards the ceiling, or you can close your eyes and stay here. And when you're ready, slowly come back to hugging your left knee. And then get yourself comfortable on the mat. Stretch your legs out a little bit wider than hip width apart. Palms facing up to the ceiling, just out from your body. Relax your sit bones along the mat. Relax your shoulders. Relax the back of your neck. Relax your jaw. Relax your face. And we're coming into Shavasana, into corpse pose, to relax for a couple of minutes. And then when you're ready, just wiggle your fingers, wiggle your toes. Slowly come back into the room. Stretch your arms up above your head. Bring your feet together, stretch them out. Really stretch out either way. And then roll over to your right side. Stay here for a moment. And then push into your left hand, coming up to sitting. Close your eyes. See how your body feels. Whether you feel any different to when you first started the practice. Just breathe into every part of your body. When you're ready, open your eyes. Just have a look around the room, get associated with the room again. And thank you very much for joining me today on the mat, and hope you have a great rest of the day. Namaste. All the best, everyone.